Hello guys, welcome to my new tutorial series regarding AWS Elastic Beanstalk, and in this series we will learn more about Elastic Beanstalk. Probably you can also use it in your projects, and also you can suggest your clients to use it because this is really amazing service. I have used it personally, and I'll share my experience also, and I will share advantages and disadvantages of this service. So let's start with it. Okay. And so in this video, we will cover like what is AWS, why Elastic Beanstalk you should use, what is Elastic Beanstalk first of all, and what kind of you can say platforms and languages supported by this Elastic Beanstalk, and what is the actual process if you want to start with Elastic Beanstalk, then what kind of process you have to follow. And after that, I'll actually share my personal experience with advantages and disadvantages of Elastic Beanstalk, and then we will learn about the components of the Elastic Beanstalk. Also, after this video, like my next video would be a practical example of this service, so that you will get idea how to create the Elastic Beanstalk instances and what kind of benefits you will be getting over there. So let's start with what is AWS. So basically, AWS is the largest cloud service provider in the market that offers a variety of services to you. Currently, they are providing multiple services, like more than 400 services they are providing. Also, some of the like well-known services are like they are providing the compute power to you, database storage, content delivery, and many more. So that's why like I personally choose AWS other than you can say like basically I should not you can say take the name of the other cloud service provider. So let's stick to the AWS currently. Yeah. So basically why we should you can say use Elastic Beanstalk first of all, and then let's learn like this is the Elastic Beanstalk. Okay. And so previously, while developing the projects, we need to make sure that our whole team is communicating properly to fulfill the requirements of the clients. Here, when multiple developers are working on different services in the project, at that time it is bit difficult to manage the project, and it leads to delaying in the project timeline. So to overcome that thing, we will use Elastic Beanstalk. So basically, let's understand what is Elastic Beanstalk. Okay. So basically, Elastic Beanstalk is a service provided by AWS, and which is actually useful if you want to know more about the basically don't like you don't want to like know more about the deployment services. Uh, if you have no idea about the deployment services personally and you don't have the dedicated team of DevOps, then you can use this particular service and deploy your all the projects and services on fly. So basically it's very like easy to use service for deploying and scaling the web applications. Okay. So let's understand like what are the supported languages and the platforms available on this particular service. So there are multiple you can say languages supported by this service. They are providing a dedicated you can select particular language for particular instance that consider like if you want to you can say deploy a React.js application, then you can consider like Node.js. So basically you can like configure the Node.js instance for the React.js application and deploy your application on the fly. Yeah, that's what like I actually also did in my last project. So here like multiple languages supported by this framework. So basically if we look into the list, so it's like quite huge, like Java, .NET, PHP, Node.js, Python, Ruby, and Go. And the most you can say amazing thing is they are providing a dedicated Docker instance, which is quite amazing. Because if you want to deploy any language or any platform or any you can say server, so if people are or you can say this AWS is providing you the Docker service, so it means then you can deploy anything. You can deploy anything on the Docker. Okay. Any language, any platform, any server. So that's kind of you can say beauty of the service. So let's understand the advantages of Elastic Beanstalk. So what I actually learned, you can say, from this is there are like multiple advantages because I have used it personally, this service. So like it's high scalable, fast and simple to begin because there are not you can say much configuration you have to do. It's providing you the quick deployments. You don't have to bother about the deployments at all. And then it supports multi-tenant architecture. So if you have, you can say, in like in one organization there are multiple, you can say, locations, then you can directly provide the multi-tenant architecture over there. It's highly flexible, it simplifies the operations, and it's very cost effective. Okay, so if you want to use it, then I think so you will save more money compared to like hiring the dedicated DevOps team, because it is doing all the stuff of the dedicated DevOps teams for you. Okay, so let's understand the disadvantage. This is quite interesting because this service is actually like providing a kind of a wrapper for you, and underlying they are like providing you multiple services of the AWS. So you don't have to bother about the like a configuration of those services because it is doing for you by default in the background. So some of the, you can say, like notable disadvantages of this service is like the lack of transparency. uh, what kind of, you can say, transparency you will not get. Basically it is doing all the stuff in the background, so it's kind of, you can say, not that much transparent. But yeah, you can attach CloudWatch and see the logs, other than you can say, like don't look at the like proper this kind of, you can say, disadvantage. But yeah, it is actually providing you the quite, you can say, flexibility. But yeah, the logs, looking at the particular logs of this particular black box, it is quite like tedious. But yeah, we have to do that. So other than that, yeah, confusing document. So AWS is like famous for kind of, you can say, creating a confusing document because they are always providing the documents from the scratch. You have to dig into it and understand what kind of, you can say, configurations are there for your particular project, because each and every time people have the different requirement for the project, and we have to make sure that that should be, you can say, fulfill. But yeah, the AWS documents are really sucks. So other than that, yeah, the stack upgrades. So basically you people are thinking the upgrades are good, but here one, you can say, kind of drawback is not the drawback, but it's also related to the, you can say, the transparency stuff. Because like Elastic Beanstalk comes out with the new stack versions all the time, but we have zero information on what has changed. No release notes, no blog post, not even a forum post. Okay, so sometimes it's obvious the version of your applications, or you can say your platform, is changed, but you don't have information about that thing. So you have to make sure that your all the stuff is running on that particular version. But thanks to the Docker platform, if you have, you can say, built your application on the Docker platform, then it would be quite easy for you to make sure that your all the services are running properly. Okay, and other than that, yeah, I have recently faced this particular like a kind of, you can say, problem, because um, so because we have, you can say, at that time we had more environment variables in our application. So when we actually initialize all those things, so at that time there was a kind of, you can say, deployment failure happened rigorously. So that's like how we actually like end up identifying that the like underlying structure is the CloudFormation template. So AWS is using the CloudFormation template, and basically there is a limitation of 4 MB environment variable storage. So if you want to use environment variables, then it is like quite tedious if you have, you can say, multiple environment variables. So what I suggest is use in that case you can use this parameter store, which is quite good option. Or other than that, there are also some other, you can say, services which you can use to store your environment variables. Okay, so Let's talk about the com- components of the Elastic Beanstalk. So basically, there are like these components of the Elastic Beanstalk. Basically, you have to create the application, and then you have to choose the application version. So these are the like main components. If you want to create a project over there, so just create the application. Application is the first component, the master component. After that, application version you have to choose, then environment language and the platform you have to choose, and after that you have to make sure that basically what purpose for what purpose you are basically creating this particular service. It's like environment tier. So here you have to choose like whether it is a web server or a worker node. So let's consider, if you want to, you can say develop the web server application. So here consider like you are creating the Node.js application, or maybe Django application, or maybe any Flask application or anything. So in that case, you have to make sure the version which you are selecting, it's a perfect version as compatible with your project. Or if you are choosing the Docker platform, then it's quite interesting, because here you don't have to bother about the platform and any other thing. Okay, and directly you can attach the extra AWS resources, which is like uh, kind of, you can say, cherry on the cake. Like you have to like basically dedicatedly you have to do that particular thing. Like consider, if you want to attach RDS instance, you can attach RDS instance over there with just, you can say, few clicks. So I'll show you in your like in this practical demo. Okay, so here like I have created, you can say, like small overview of this Elastic Beanstalk. Basically it will cover your Elastic block storage, Elastic load balancer, RDS, Elastic IP, auto scaling, security group, CloudWatch, deployments, EC2, everything, everything whichever you want for your application to be deployed successfully over there in a scalable manner, because it is also providing you the Elastic IP and the Elastic load balancer with multi-tenant architecture. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. In the next video, we'll make sure that you will also get the information about the practical scenarios of this service. And this is the first video of this series. And please like subscribe this channel so that I'll get motivation and create more such videos, so that you will get more information about the AWS services. As well as, other than that, I'll also like thinking about making some more like content regarding the Django applications, then machine learning probably in the future. So let's stick into this, and I'll okay, I'll meet you in the next video. Okay, bye bye.